It's been a year. I still got to say it, but you cannot beat this combo at all. It's unmatched. It's unbeatable, and I love it. It makes me want to create again. Oh, a little too hot, but good. Cheers, guys. So yeah, how's everybody doing today? It's been a while. I haven't posted a vlog. I've been busy. You can see I did buzz my hair. I did it myself, so no judgment, but it feels good. I wanted one less thing to worry about in my daily life. I'm so busy. This haircut reflects where I'm at right now. I actually like it. I got a lot of compliments from it. I like it because I can now do this and I can talk to you guys, and then I can take my hood off and I'm still looking good. I can be ready to go at all times. So that is a plus for that. This is kind of like an update of what I've been up to, guys. I got myself some ND filters. It's been a while. I've had this camera for a long time. You guys know I like to use it in auto. I like frictionless vlogging. I'm like 90%. I'm going to be doing it this way. But today I was like, hey, you know what? I've been really loving filming with my Canon C50 for vlogging, but it's just, you guys, it's so heavy. It's very expensive. I'm always worried about it. It draws so much attention. It puts people in a weird vibe. Well, like when I walk into like a coffee shop and have my camera strapped on, the first thing the cash register or the barista looks at is the camera, like right away. They're just looking at it. It does strike conversation, but they're automatically now looking at you. That means that now when you're sitting down, if you want to film like a little short B-roll clip or something, they're all going to be looking at you. Whenever somebody also sees a professional camera, including like business owners, some of them act really weird. I don't know. I think that they probably think that you're going to like write a bad review or complain about them, or you're trying to capture something bad that they're doing with their business. I don't know. I'm thinking as a business owner, I guess, if somebody was coming to film my property, I'd be like, are you like trying to, you know, say something bad about my business? I don't know. It gets me nervous. I totally get their side of things when it comes to like being careful of like letting people film in your business. So I'm not against any of that. But when you walk in with this in your hand, like nobody really cares. People are just like, oh, that's a GoPro. But the motion blur, all the cinematics kind of got me to pull a trigger on ND filters. So let's throw this on. This is the small rig ones. I didn't go with the freewheel ones. I've already tried freewheel in the past and the Telesen ones. And I also had the official DJI ND filters, which I always love. But this time, you know what? Because I didn't really use the ones before for the Action 5 at that much, I didn't want to spend so much money. I think the DJI ones are like $80. But this small rig one comes with ND8, ND16, ND32, and then you get a CPL filter with a silicone lens cover. Oh, wow, you even get a silicone lens cover? Oh, sweet. I wish DJI gave us a cover for the macro lens. I don't have the macro lens anymore. I have thought about buying it again, but ooh, this is nice. It's really thick. I had a silicone cover for my Action 5 and it wasn't this sturdy. It was too flimsy and it would honestly like pop off all the time. So what I'm wondering if it goes over the regular lens, or is it just for like when you have an ND on there? So it does cover the original Action 6 lens. So if you want to get one of these covers, it comes with the ND filters. That's nice. Sometimes I want to throw this in my pocket. I have car keys and I don't want to have the car keys scratch this lens. This is just nice to have. It just a little extra protection. I honestly think that most of the things that I'll need is ND8 for a lot of this stuff. So let's try the ND8, guys. Let's go cinematic on this. Hold on. All right, guys, we are now full on cinematic. It's really bright outside. Maybe ND8 is not gonna cut it. Let's see. Yeah, it did. So this is about as bright as it's ever gonna be out here in the Midwest. There's literally not a single cloud. Sun is blasting on my head right now. And this is ND8 on the Action 6. All right, guys, ND8 is on there right now. Perfectly exposed, honestly. Look at this. Cinematic. We're all full on Chris meets Chris right now. Let me double check right here. I mean, yeah, that looks really good. Now I feel like I'm gonna I move my hands a lot when I talk anyways. Okay, so real quick, honestly, I think this is the only ND filter I need. So this is this is where the aperture on the Action 6 is amazing. All right, so we're gonna be putting the settings up here. And we are using the Action 6 8K 24 frames per second rock steady standard D-warp. Sometimes I'll bounce between the natural wide and the standard D-warp depending on what I'm trying to film. If I need a little bit more space, I go natural wide. But aperture, I leave it full auto, so that's going to be f2 to f4. That's the only way you can access the f2 when it comes to the aperture. You can't fix it. You can only fix it at, I believe, 2.6, 2.8, and f4 if you want to do manual. So I just leave it auto. I have the exposure EV, that's like your metering that tells the camera where to expose, at negative 1.3 because this camera loves to lift up the shadows and it likes to overexpose the image a little bit. Now, because I shoot D-Log M, I can bring some of that back up to a certain point. I can also lift up shadows, but I found out that this camera is better to lift up the shadows a little bit. Now I'm talking a small little bit, not like 5 stops or anything like that. It does better than bringing back down the highlights. So I do underexpose this camera by maybe like a stop. Let's see, the ISO, I usually keep it full range. With AK, I guess it goes from 100 to 6400. It's more than I need. It does really good in low light. All right, guys, those are the settings for full auto, but you're probably asking, like, Luis, why did you get the ND filters? Because if you've seen this channel, and if you haven't, I preach using these action cameras in full auto. Like, don't get ND filters, don't get all the extra things. The mini rod, maybe one of these microphones for when it's windy outside like this, or if you want to do talking head videos, then I don't see that's about it. That's all I really take with me. But I still stand by that. Use these things in auto. It's the best way to do it. It's just the less amount of friction. Everything looks great. The camera does all the work for you. All you got to do is tell your story, bring it along, laugh, enjoy your time with your family, whatever it is that you're doing. That's why I love these cameras. Now, I gave you the settings for using this camera in auto, but right now the only thing I changed was I went to the 180-degree rule, which is the cinematic rule. It's still 24 frames per second, but I did drop the aperture and locked it in at 1/50th because that's what you got to set it for 24 frames per second. Typically you want to double your shutter speed. You guys know that stuff. So 1/50th. I still have the EV at negative 1.3, and I switched the ISO from 100 to 800. That's the lowest it can go. The reason I do that is because that'll give you the right ND to use. If I was to leave this in full range ISO and I put ND 32, what's going to happen is the ISO is going to crank up to whatever it needs to expose this image correctly. But you probably only needed an ND 16 or an 8 to get to that place without cranking up the ISO that high. But because the ND was too strong, it's going to push the ISO, therefore giving you a little bit of noise in your image. So 100 to 800 is where I'm going to leave it when I use NDs, because the whole purpose you need to put an ND is because you go beyond the camera's capabilities of underexposing the image to expose it correctly. So ND8, honestly, I think it's all I really need. I mean, I have ND8 right now. It's not going to get brighter than this. Like, this is blasting like right now. I'm judging it by the screen here, but it looks great. It looks really good. The sky is nice and blue. It doesn't look like the highlights are blown or anything like that. The beauty about this camera is that f4 gives you like one more stop, basically, of, I don't want to call it ND, but you're allowed to go. It does better in brighter situations as well as in low light situations because of that movable aperture. It gives you more light and it also cuts more light. Right now the camera is showing f4, so sometimes, honestly, 1/50th at f4 in a cloudy day is like all you need to rock the 180-degree rule here. So now I have this motion blur, just like Chris Meets Chris likes it. So shout out to Chris Meets Chris over here. That dude is on fire, man, with his videos. Really, it's really cool to see him just grow in this action camera world. Now that I've been using the C50 for a while and mixing it in with my vlogs, as you can see, it's really just made me miss that cinematic look. But really, I don't think it's really the look, it's the feel of the video. So the motion blur really just adds that smoothness, that filmic feel to the images when it comes to filming. And so I said, you know what? Instead of using $8,000 rig to go vlog and make things a lot harder, because it is a lot harder vlogging with those things. I'm going to, I think these things were like $30 or something like that. Get some ND filters, and then that'll hopefully take the itch off, and things would just look a little bit different. And honestly, just by looking at this image right now, it does. It looks really good. I feel good about it. And the fact that I only have to probably bring an ND8, I think I'm going to be real good for this. That makes things a lot easier, because I can just throw this ND in my pocket. I have a little sleeve for it, throw that in there, and then when I go outside, I can just pop this in, especially because in a couple of weeks here, I'm going to be going to NAB in Vegas, which that's going to be an awesome vlog. All I'm taking is the Nano and the Action 6. Dang it, it's cold already. That sucked. Yes, there's a little bit of jitters when you walk around, but they're not that bad. And honestly, I'll get way worse shakes when I am walking around with my DSLR camera. So if you guys can take those high quality vlogs that other vloggers are doing, and they're just holding the lens and it's literally shaking everywhere, it's like way worse than these little micro jitters that you see on these cameras here. I'm just going to walk around regular, but it's way worse than these jitters right here. Actually, this is way more stable than what my C50 would have been. The C50 would have been like this, because the lenses are really, you can't hold it too far out, and the lenses sometimes aren't wide enough. If you don't have like a 15mm, your arm would be tired, and you're going to draw so much attention to yourself. This right here, nobody is going to pay attention to you at all, and they're just not really going to take you serious, which is nice because it keeps you on that ninja mode. Look at that sky. Ooh, we got a little cloud up there. That's awesome. But yeah, these jitters aren't too bad. It's like she said, this is a vlog. Like, people are used to seeing vlogs. They're used to people holding these cameras. The shakes come with the vlogs. I think that's what makes it a vlog, right? It's like that raw, like, I'm just holding a camera and showing you guys what is going on. And talking about that, I really need to, my goal this year is to focus on this lawn. Like, I have a lot of like patches here that I'm trying to cover up. This right here, my dog killed it because during the winter, she did not want to go to her potty pit. That's all the way in that corner. And so she decided to pee here all winter long and killed this whole patch of grass. Right over here is where we had the pool. We had it on this cement piece right here, but obviously some of it spilled. Look at that perfect half circle right there. So I'm going to have to probably dig all that out and put some seed here very soon. We're going to be getting a lot of rain, and that means that the grass is going to grow and I don't have to water it as often. So I think this is the time where I'm going to, if you guys know anything about landscaping or grass, let me know, because I need to make sure that I'm doing it at the right time for these seeds to grow or whatever. This is what I paid. I used to have a big patch here last year and all that grass stuck. I did try to water it. I'm going to put some more seed on there. You can see there's a perfect line. I don't know what that is from, but there's a perfect line there. It's probably from the tractor when they were doing it, but I need to put a little bit more grass. I really want to get that nice carpet grass around here. I have a pretty big yard. I don't have a dog anymore, so now I want to really make this lawn look really good. But man, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this. I might be rocking NDs for a little bit. The only drawback about using NDs is that I can use them on the DJI Nano, but when you have it mounted on your chest, it even already with the auto, you get jitters from it unless you have 200th shutter speed and higher. But the POV stuff is going to be tough on the Nano with NDs. So that's kind of like the only thing that's keeping me away from wanting to use NDs. And I'm really like OCD. Like, this vlog's already going to make me a little anxious because I just filmed in so many different, I was testing all kinds of settings on this camera during the vacation. So you're going to see some film tones. I'll put the settings or what I was using during each B-roll shot on the bottom corner. But yeah, I was testing out so many different things, and I can't mix like motion blur footage with like action camera footage or whatever auto footage, because you get those jitters. You don't get this nice smooth effect where it shows like it makes you feel like you're on a DSLR or mirrorless camera or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna put this vlog together, guys, shoot it out, and then I'm gonna go film another vlog for tomorrow. We might hit up Chipotle. It's been a while. Thank you for having coffee with me this morning, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to keep this vlog short, but I can already tell I yapped way too long. So bye.